Hello, Alice, and welcome back to the Mad Tea Party. I have a very powerful council here this evening. We have the great Shannon Wages of Sage and Serpent joining us. Thank you for being
Hello,
here.
hello. Yeah, thanks for having me, dude. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to get talking to you. And then lurking around here somewhere, we also have the Neif, Mr. March Hare, is lurking around somewhere. He'll be in and out as we go. But I know you've got some events coming up if you want to talk about that.
I do. I do pop-up events at various venues in town. Sometimes they're associated with the bands, playing, sometimes not. This weekend, actually, the 18th of October, um, I'm doing a drag brunch at Golden Pony, and I do their drag brunch every month. Actually, they've got one this weekend on the 18th. Next month it's on the 8th, and in December I believe it's on the 20th, maybe that last weekend. But if you go to Golden Pony's Instagram, they've got it all listed. Um, I actually just got another event that um, somebody sent me an email about today called Welcome to the New Year in You. It's the annual new metal show at Basement East. So we're going to be setting up and tattooing at that. Um, Halloween wise, we're doing a big event at Dominic's in Hermitage. We do a lot of events with them. And that one's going to be a vendor show and Halloween costume contest. And that one's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one.
That's awesome. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, you're telling me.
How long has your shop been open?
So the current one, Sage and Serpent, has been open for 8 years this year. Um, I started in 2017, and it's
Okay.
always been on the east side. But before that, I had a couple of shops on the west side as well. Not my favorite side, but
Me either. Uh, yeah. So how long have you been doing tattoos?
I've been tattooing since I started my apprenticeship in 2006. So I think I did my first tattoo in February of 2017. Um, so man, it's coming up on 20 years.
Wow.
It's getting there, which is
Nice.
insane to say.
Yeah. Do you have any like stories of that? Like, what's the weirdest request you've gotten?
Dude, people ask me that a lot. And it's one of those things that whenever anybody asks you, you just go blank,
Yeah,
you know?
we can come back
I
to that.
did I did have a guy one time ask me, it's not so much the things they ask, is how they ask you to do it. Like this guy asked me for a portrait of his wife, which first of all, I don't do portraits. So no was the answer straight away. But he wanted me to, he said he didn't like her, the picture that he brought me. He said he didn't like her without bangs. And he's like, "Will you just put some bangs on her?" And I was like, I don't think you understand what a portrait is, dude. It's not how this works. We don't just like, it's not like Mr. Potato Head. We just like, add accessories at will. Although that's kind of a good idea for a portrait, I guess.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, can you tattoo a portrait of my wife, but I don't like the way she looks.
Yeah, exactly. Can you change what she looks like, please? It's like, dude, that's not, you're gonna know.
Yeah, that's hilarious. How
I'll
many,
think of some more.
yeah, how many pieces do you have? How many tattoos do you have?
When you get up there, you stop counting them in
Okay,
numbers.
I
You start
gotcha.
counting them in hours.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So I've got close to 100 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And
Wow.
probably five of them have been in the last 5 years.
You want to see something crazy? This is my only tattoo.
Damn, your palm.
Yeah, I don't have any other tattoos.
Wow. And it's stuck.
Yeah, that's old. That's
I mean,
like
at least it's still there, man. Palm tattoos do not last.
yeah. I mean, it faded. It got about where it's at after about six
Yeah.
months, and then stayed that way.
Yeah. How old is it?
Yeah. I got this in 2015.
So did you do it? Did you like walk into a shop and ask them, or did a buddy do it?
No, I went to a shop in Madison. I can't remember the name of it. I'll never the guy's name I'll remember his name was Scooby.
I think I know who that guy is.
Yeah. It was like a it seemed like a biker joint. Like
Probably Ink Gallery
maybe, yeah. I don't
right
remember.
there.
I've never been back there.
I don't
But
think they're there anymore.
hmm. Yeah, it was a walk-in and he it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it was close enough that I went with it. Um but yeah, it's been
But
about
did
10 years.
did he not try to give you the oh, you got to get your arms done before you do your hands?
He definitely made sure it was what I wanted. He was like are you sure this is what you want? Like he did do his due diligence on that.
Dude, that is a hell of one to start with. The
Yeah,
palm is so intense.
it was pretty rough. I mean, I don't have any
Oh,
like I don't have a frame of reference because I don't have any other tattoos, but
right.
it was rough.
Everything else is easier, let me tell you that.
Okay.
Almost everything else is easier.
Yeah. It bled a lot on like the meat of my
Ooh.
thumb right here. Like
Ooh.
yeah, like on my thumb. Everything else was like, there's not that much meat, but like in my thumb yeah, that was bad.
And the way we have to do it, we have to drill it into little
Mm.
circles to get it to stay in there as opposed to like pulling a line where you do anywhere else on the body. So
Yeah.
it takes longer and it sucks way more. I've only got a really small one right there in the middle of my palm, the little dollar
Yeah.
sign.
Nice.
That's so tattoo well, some tattooers do have families of tattooers. And that my family of tattooers is that's how they mark you for being ready for the world. You know what I mean? It's kind of like your graduation when you get your palm stamp.
Oh wow. Okay. That's cool.
So it's kind of one that we do just to basically punish the apprentice
Yeah.
with pain. And you walked in and chose it for your first tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. When I do like a job interview and like they'll ask like, do you have any visible tattoos? I always say no because unless I show it to someone, they have no idea.
Yeah, it's not one that really comes up very much. I mean, I could see the top of your hand being, pretty out visible and out there, but palm tattoos, and again, like a lot of people won't even do them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the second place I went to before I could get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people will turn them down. It just depends on how bad you need that phone bill paid.
Yeah.
It's definitely been there a couple of times.
Do y'all do piercings too?
We don't, man. I worked for a big shop in town that's known for their piercings for years, and what I garnered from that was that piercings are cheaper and clients treat them that way.
Oh, okay. I
You
got
know
you.
what I mean? Like, it's almost like the more you put into it, the more you're going to take care of it.
Yeah, I got you.
If they sat there for 5 hours and, put in the time to sit there and get it, and then they've paid, a few $100s to get it, they're going to take better care of it than they do a $40, $50 piercing.
Yeah, sure. I got my ears pierced at Claire's. That was like I mean, like they got infected and I took them out. I don't have piercings anymore.
That checks. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
mine done in the bathroom in high school.
Oh, hell yeah.
My friend stole her grandma's piercing gun. And we went out there during like teacher assistant period or whatever. And
Yeah.
I came back in the classroom and Coach West was the teacher's name and he's like, "Shannon, are you okay?" And I was holding my head, like that. I was like, "Yeah, my ears were ringing and blood coming out of them." It had to be a sight.
Did did you grow up in a religious household?
I mean, ish. I'm from Mississippi, so I was raised Methodist, so it could have been a lot worse.
Okay.
But I didn't, nobody not a single person in my family had a tattoo. Like no grandpas, no nothing on either side.
You're the black sheep of the family.
I was definitely. Since then, I've tattooed my dad and I've tattooed my brother. Uh, and I'll probably eventually tattoo my other brother and my sister. But those kind of go in the back seat,
Yeah.
when they come up asking, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll get to it in a few weeks. You don't
Yeah.
usually want to spend your days off at work.
What brought you to Nashville?
Man, like everybody else, I moved here for music.
Oh, hell yeah.
I went to school to be an engineer, a sound
Oh.
engineer,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
and I got most of the way through that. Um, and was working at the Muse when I met Neif. I was running sound up there. That's how we met, and trying to get into that. I ran sound there, around sound at Springwater, and it really wasn't working out. I was trying to find an internship, and I don't know if either of you guys have had experience with trying to find an internship in a studio in Nashville. It's a nightmare.
Hmm.
Like
It's
everybody's in it.
uh, when you had come up, you were one of the only engineers that we just kind of cut loose because most everybody that came through that I had SAE students coming and interning under me,
Yeah,
and it would blow their mind that I didn't go to audio engineering school. I went to electrical engineering school. I
yeah,
just
yeah.
I was just I was studying under a known producer at the time, learning audio production and vocal production and I had a studio already. I lost my studio and came to the Muse. That's how I ended up at the Muse myself. But
Oh yeah.
so yeah, I was going to be in the upstairs, but remember it wasn't up to code
Right.
and all that. And I mean, and it's like you're
I
saying,
lived
I
up there
remember,
for a little while.
yeah, and I remember that was one of the things. Yeah, that's actually when we met. My my couch that came with me was in that back room, and at my everybody set up, and I was like, and we all kind of looked at each other, and I was so it didn't, I wasn't like, oh God, people, but y'all were kind of like, you know, who's this guy? And I was like, hey, that's my couch. I crash on it here sometimes, basically, and it was just kind of that's kind of what I remember, and then yeah, that was around the point where I wasn't running sound as
Yeah.
much. I mean, I had done sound and had to do the tax. I mean, I was running, managing, and doing taxes and everything up at their place. And
It was Jim and Ryan O'Rear when I got there.
oh yeah,
And I
and
was the third. And then Nick Baydoun,
yep,
Dune, he started running sound. That's how I met him.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
He's
had
been on
Dune
here
on.
too before.
We had
Oh,
Dune
did you
on.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love that dude, man.
a great guy.
I tattooed his wife before they even met.
Hmm.
I actually tattooed her through her divorce. And one day I was sitting there tattooing her, and Dune walked in, and I was like, "Oh, hey!" And I introduced them. I was like, "Oh, this is Lindsay. This is my friend Dune." And he goes, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you." And he walks over and starts kissing her. And I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And they just both died laughing. They're like, "Yeah, we've been dating for a few weeks." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Talk about two worlds colliding?"
Yeah. Nashville's like that.
Oh, oh my God. That was the last thing I expected to happen. But I was at their wedding. They are an amazing couple. I really love the two of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Dune. Yeah. Um,
So when around that time is because I knew you had background in art and drawing.
No, I never did.
You didn't?
I'm a
I thought that you
mm,
just knew you just did, or you were good at it, and then you decided to hop into tattooing because there's so many tattoo artists that I mean I don't that aren't around now, but that I watched, you know, go from coming in with grapefruits and asking the punk rockers if they could tattoo,
right.
stuff on them to, you know, going on and moving to other places. And, you know, that was one of the big things that always really impressed me with you was that it was more than just another tattoo artist being good at it. You know, built businesses and foundated stuff and really started, uplifting
Yeah,
us,
man.
you know.
I kind of look at it like I'm a business person.
Yeah.
I'm not a tattooer. I never was into art. I was a theater kid and a band nerd. You know what I mean? But I started in the tattoo shop while I was in school at uh Murfreesboro, and um I just liked I grew up in stores. My stepdad had stores my whole life, so I understood customer service a little bit. I worked in the mall growing up. I knew how to talk to people, and I started working the front counter at that tattoo shop there on Lytle in Murfreesboro. And man, it was just so obvious. I mean, I love those guys. I love all those guys. Still friends with most of them. But god damn, they did not know a thing about customer service. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, your client doesn't walk in the door and you be a jackass to them and see how fast you can run them off.
Why is that a thing with tattoo artists? I've
I
noticed.
don't, dude, I have thought about that so much. And here's what I think it is. I think that tattooers would be out in the world, or tattooed people would be at that time, this 20 years ago, it was much less tattooed place. And we live in a heavily tattooed city now. You know what I mean? So it still happens when you go to some places.
That was back when sleeves were just becoming
Yeah.
a little bit too popular, you
Well, they were
know.
just becoming popular. If you, I could tell when I started in a tattoo shop, if somebody walked in or somewhere I was with a sleeve, I saw them. I guarantee you, I knew them. If I didn't know them, I know who did it. And if I didn't know who did it, it was like, who are you and when did you get to town? Because that's how rare it was
Yeah. I
for
mean, I
somebody
used
to
to
have
see
a
it.
sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it more in the punk scene, and
Mm-hmm.
those were coming through all through the years, but that was really where you would only see it there
Yeah.
in certain
Metal
scenes
wasn't
like
even
that.
really heavy
And
with it
yeah, I
either.
mean, yeah, it was very, and you know, it became, it quickly, I felt became a little overdone, but of course, I still don't have ink.
I don't like the word overdone because that's my checkbook getting overdone too. I'm
Oh
fine
no,
with
I hear
that.
you. I hear you.
I'm a Pinterest tattooer now, man. I don't give a shit. You
Oh,
you want it, I'll do it. That's
Fuck
that's
yeah.
something an early mentor told me. I'm a tattooer for hire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here to judge you based on what you want. Like, if I can do it reasonably well, you know what I mean, to the point that I'm not embarrassing you or myself by doing it on you, I'll do it. You
Yeah.
know?
I think that's a good way to be like quality, but you ain't being particular about what they're getting.
No, and I don't. I make this known. I don't draw.
Hmm.
Like I went through a short period of painting a few years ago. But like people that sit at home and draw, I'm like, yeah, y'all are better than me. That's a tattoo artist. I'm just a tattooer.
Hmm.
I can build you a shop a lot faster than I could sit down and
Yeah.
draw you a tattoo out of my head.
That's a really cool
That
thing to
that'd be torture.
say.
I would hate every second of it.
I love how real that is. And you're like, what you see is what you get. I ain't trying to front you. You want something, I can do it. Yeah.
If I can do it, cool. If I can't, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you who I would go to if I was going to get it done.
That's pro as fuck.
well, I think that's why
That's the best advertisement like for your business that you could
I
like.
think
That's amazing.
I think it comes through in your work because of that. Because you and I'm not, me, I don't blow smoke.
I'll
Listen, but
take it though.
you do literally, from what I see posted, you do some of the best work that I see done in this town.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Man,
it's
I think
one of
I
those
do good
things that,
florals.
well, I mean, that's the thing is you have an attitude about it, just like you're saying that you're going to do it based on doing the work, not your opinion of the work or your opinion of the
Yeah, I don't
art,
give a shit.
which I've had
If
the
I think it's going to look
discussion,
bad, I'll tell you.
right? I mean, I've had the discussion with a lot of artists, not tat artists, usually musicians typically,
Sure.
about the idea of commercial. And, you know, I I'm putting a record out right now, or I'm putting songs from a new record out, and those are my songs, and they're from me, and it's what it is. So yeah, I'd like people to like it, but that's not the stuff that when somebody says, "Hey, Neef, I need a theme to something," or "I need an orchestral
Right,
something," that
exactly.
I'm going to sit down. I don't need to have some inspiration back to it. I can sit down and burn
Totally.
and work, and write a piece as a thing. And I think there is a quality behind that. A lot of people don't look at it like that, but there's a working inside of a constriction, inside of a
Well,
sometimes can really pull out some really great stuff because it's not
that
so much,
part.
yeah, it's not so much you're putting yourself in a box, but you're giving yourself kind of a challenge in a sense because you're saying this is what it's got to be and it's only got to be this and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna,
man. A
you know,
commission is an awesome thing
yeah,
Yeah.
because it can really make you stretch your boundaries.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You find out, okay, well, what would it look like if I tried this? But then there's some stuff like I'm not going to try portraits. Generally, if somebody asks me to do a traditional piece, I'm like, we're in Nashville, man. There's 8 billion traditional artists in this city. Like, go find one. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Or tell me what you're looking for, and I'll see if I can help you find them. But a lot of times, people aren't even coming. People will come more because they have heard about a friendly vibe or
Hmm.
somebody that'll listen to them instead of telling them what they want. They'll just ask them, you know.
That's
But if
priceless.
you sit down and tell me to draw some, like I said, I'd freak out. I'd be like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
Like you got to tell me what I need direction. You know, I
Yeah.
can't. And I was always like that with music too. I've never been able to sit down and like write some notes. No, I can read music, and that's kind of the way I approach tattooing. You know, give me the thing, I'll look at the thing, and I'll make it look like that on your skin.
What's your favorite musical instrument to
I
play?
like bass.
Nice.
I would play drums if I could,
Hmm.
but I can't. I'm really bad at it. But I can play bass like, I don't know, my husband's a great bass player, and he's like, "You're not bad." So that says a lot.
Hell yeah.
He says I'm not bad. And he bought me a bass. He's trying to encourage me. But of course, as soon as he bought it, I was like, never had time for it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Life's busy. I know like for me, like my generation, like we grew up with like video games and I like when I was like an early teenager, like cell phones were already a thing, but I didn't like have one. But like the internet was becoming more of a thing and like video games. And it's hard. I guess what I'm saying is it's hard to get disciplined in something. And that was true of my generation. I'm sure it's even more true now. Like how do you learn an instrument when you have video games and
When you've got TikTok shop that's nine
yeah,
seconds long, you know what I mean?
yeah. Do you have kids?
I do not.
Okay.
I've got Larry, who is my schnoodle.
Hell yeah.
And he is the closest thing I have to a child. I literally had to wipe his ass right before we jumped on the Zoom call, so it
Awesome.
kind of counts.
Hell yeah. That counts. Your dog mom. That counts.
Dude,
Yeah.
God, at least kids stop pooping on themselves after a while, or they take care of it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this motherfucker. Oh,
Hey, would you say you're more of a dog person than a cat person?
had both, man, but I think cats just, I don't know. When I come home, and my cats used to do this, but when I come home, that dog loses his mind. Like he goes crazy. It's like the first time he's ever seen me. And he thought I was never coming back. You know what I mean? Cats are like, they'll come up and like rub your leg or something, but they're not like jumping up and down in the air, barking. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy, maybe I just need to feel needed because I didn't have kids. I don't know. But I love that little son of a bitch. Like, I've gotten, I used to be a different kind of dog owner. I grew up with German Shepherds. So, I was definitely used to like being rough with them and tumbling around. And when they would do some jump on you, you had to
Mm,
smack them and their tail would hit you and bruise your leg or something. But this little thing is just, he's like a little toy.
yeah.
He's such a small little creature. And I'm like, dude, if I sat on him, I might break a bone. Like, I've got to be so careful with him. And I feel the need to protect him. He wouldn't tell you that. He'd tell you he protects the house.
What do you do for fun when you're not working and wiping your dog's ass?
Well, right. Man, we usually um my husband and I travel a lot. We go see a lot of shows. We just got back from Furnace Fest in Birmingham, which was great
Hell yeah.
and was the best festival we both agreed hands down we've ever been to. And we've been to Rockville and we've been to Riot Fest and we had tickets to Louder Than Life and sold them because everybody said it sucked.
Yeah, Neif was there.
Yeah, was it bad?
He told me the same thing.
Well, I took my stepdaughter up for one of the days. She wanted to see Sleep Token. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a handful of bands that through that festival that I would want to see, but none of them were on that day. Acid Bath played, and I would have been every,
Oh, that's right. I forgot that.
but they overpacked it. It was just
I've heard
so
that they can't handle the
it was,
congestion.
they put like the green grass carpet down, so everybody starts sitting down. So there's no way to walk in and out because everybody's just weaving around groups of people that are sitting. There's really nobody trying to direct what's going on.
Sounds like Live on the Green.
Yeah, I didn't see any vendors
Yeah.
from the bands. It seemed like brought in like mall style vendors. It was like the same kind of crap. It was very, very fabricated kind of. It was very,
Yes, dude. Oh my God, that's such a good word.
yeah, it was just, but I mean, I've been over festivals for God, how many shows that I've run and done and still end up having to do now every now and again. So I'm not a I'm not the fan of live music that I once was, as you can I'm sure imagine.
I
Yeah,
definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. Furnace Fest felt to me like something that would happen at the Muse in 2005. And a bunch
right,
of those bands were from there.
right.
You know what I mean? Like Danza played. It was crazy.
Wow,
Like
yeah,
that's
I just saw something pop up about them, and I had no idea they were still rocking.
dude, it was so good. Well, they just started making music together again. I've been talking to Jesse, the singer. I'm gonna tattoo him next month. Uh, and those guys are writing together for the first time in 25 years. Can
Wow.
you
Oh,
imagine?
That's awesome.
Like different incarnations of them happen down the road, but
I still
getting
tell
back,
kids now about them.
yeah, what that would be nuts. Getting back with your homies from 25 years ago and just making new stuff.
Did y'all hear about the Lost Prophets thing?
Oh
Ian
yeah.
Watkins. Did you hear about this, Neif?
Um, maybe.
Lost Prophets was a band in the 90s. Um, Ian
Early 2000s,
Watkins.
yeah.
Yeah, early 2000s. And Ian Watkins was the front man and
Hmm.
like charged with, if I'm, don't quote me on this, multiple counts of pedophilia, pretty sure.
I
I'm
think I,
pretty sure he was
oh,
assault on a
okay,
minor, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I saw a post with that dude on it. All right, yeah.
Well, he
Wow.
doesn't anymore.
You know,
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
chance of that ever happening
Yeah.
again.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
That's, I mean, prison justice is some bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, like, if our legal system isn't going to do justice, at least, you know, real
yeah.
motherfuckers in prison will. Anyway.
Damn. Yeah. That
Yeah, that
shit was
happened.
dark.
Yeah. Um, what do you think about aliens? Do you think
Dude, I'm so scared of aliens.
what do you mean?
I'm just scared of it. Like since I was a little kid and I watched Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay.
Oh, and you guys remember what is that story? The couple. Remember, it's a couple. Barney is his name, but it was on Unsolved Mysteries years ago.
Hmm.
Oh.
this couple's like driving down some rural road.
I think I remember what you're talking about.
It's like I can't remember what her name was,
Those
like
are all
Maureen
the
or
spots.
something, and Barney. But they get like, spaceship lands right in front of them and they get taken in. I'm sure, something put in their eyeball and something else put in their butthole, you know. I don't know. It just, and if you ever watched Fire in the Sky, fuck, that shit's terrifying, dude. There was a
Fire
guy
in
that
the
used to
Sky.
work with my dad. Yeah, Fire in the Sky. It's a movie from the 90s. Scared the piss out of me. Or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Bad enough.
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh,
classic.
wow.
God. There's this dude that used to work with my dad in his store he knew I was scared of aliens, and I was probably like a preteen. And he would threaten that he was going to put on an alien suit and come dance outside my window. Dude, I slept in my brother's room for 2 years. Oh shit, you know what I did? I slept on his fucking bunk bed. I was like, "You're not gonna fuck with me, dude."
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Ooh,
Do you
I'd,
think
I'd take a ghost any day over a fucking alien
do
any
you
day.
do you think they're here? I mean, who knows,
That's
right?
a good question, right?
Who
Like,
knows?
there's that
I
big
don't know.
thing.
Yeah.
Or Sphere. Did you ever see Sphere?
No. What's
So
that?
Sphere is I think it's Michael Crichton number, but it's Sharon Stone and
Remember that
the
vaguely.
guy from Rain Man, what's his name? Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
And basically they're in like a submarine or something, and they come across this craft that's at the bottom of the ocean, and they
Okay.
go on it, you know what I mean? And like there's nobody in there. It's very modern. It looks like it was built for humans, and like all this psych stuff starts. I don't know, but I saw something the other day that there's something moving around in the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and immediately I thought of Sphere, and I was like, it's a fucking alien spacecraft. I mean, because dude, if you were gonna infiltrate Earth, you really gonna be in the sky
No.
where everybody can fucking see you?
Yeah.
Where you gonna go? You go
Oh
to the
yeah.
ocean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anything with the ability to travel through space, taking
You
the
can get
time
through water.
is
Yeah.
water, yeah, dropping down in the ocean without us
Hell
knowing, gonna
yeah.
be no problem.
And
Yep.
how, if you're out in the middle of Pacific, who the heck's gonna see you land in there and just dive down to the bottom and turn on your little radar or whatever? I don't know. Start sending pictures back to the mothership.
That was one of the old theories about the Bermuda Triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That it was like some kind of orbital spot or some spot there in the ocean,
Vortex.
and they could people flew through and saw the wrong thing, so they just had to yank them up.
Yeah. What?
Didn't I'm trying to remember. Didn't one of them like show back up or something? It wasn't. I think there was one called Flight 51, right? That was
I,
like the four planes.
I remember hearing so much about it back when I was a kid, and then the whole idea of it just kind of fizzled off, and people
Yeah,
don't
you
even
don't hear
talk
much
about.
about it anymore. I sailed
They
through.
don't
Oh
really talk about
shit!
it.
You guys want to hear a fucking story?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things my husband and I do every year, we go on the Headbangers boat, which is a cruise that takes off from Miami every year. It's 4 or 5 day cruise, and the first year we went through the Bermuda Triangle. So it's like 4 in the morning. We're asleep, and that same year I was taking my whole shop on a cruise. And one of the girls was like, I don't want to go. What if somebody goes overboard? And I was like, well, that's what Google's for. So we Google it, and I'm like, look, this is what they do if somebody goes overboard. They come on the loudspeaker and they say, um, Oscar, and then they tell what side of the ship it's on, right? And she was like, okay. So I was like, if you don't ever hear Oscar, don't worry, it's fine. 4 in the morning, we're laying there, and the bed fucking loudspeaker comes on, and they go, Gold Oscar starboard, Gold Oscar starboard. No shit. It's my husband's first cruise. I start shaking him. I'm like, Dave, wake up, wake up. Somebody went overboard. He's like, bullshit, go back to sleep. I'm like, motherfucker, wake up and Google this shit. I swear to God. So he does, and he sees that that's what it means. And we have a starboard balcony.
Oh shit.
So we run out onto the balcony. Man, they're firing off flares. They're throwing the fucking buoy down. There's a drone. The seas are 17-foot swells.
Oh,
It is
shit.
again 4 in the morning, and everybody just comes out of their rooms. Like everybody's kind of catching on to what's going on. And like we're all like congregating in like the 24-hour diner thing they've got on board. It's all these drunk, fucking crazy metalheads. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. So nobody was really knowing what was going on. And the next day, they've got up on the screen in your room, you can watch the pattern of the ship or watch where it's going. And you could see us doing this crisscross pattern back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And, we were hearing rumors that they were looking for somebody that went overboard. Um, and we were actually down in the casino, and Brett Hines from Mastodon
Okay.
is down there. And my husband's got these long ass dreads. He's 6'5". He just looks like a fucking weirdo. And Brett Hines is a fucking weirdo. So he makes a beeline for Dave and starts chatting his ear off. And he's the one who told us what happened. So in the middle of the night, what cruises are famous for the pineapple stuff, right? The If you don't know, upside down pineapples on your cruise door are a symbol that you are um, open
Oh, okay.
to
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
experiences with other people,
Okay. Gotcha.
specifically sexual
I
experiences.
did I knew cruises were a thing for that. I didn't know about the pineapple thing. Okay,
Yes, the upside down pineapple. Dave made the mistake
gotcha.
of having a pineapple shirt one year. He found out really quick. But so Brent Hines is telling us, he's like, so the guy and his girlfriend are in their room. They've invited another guy in. The guy whose room it is and whose girlfriend she is a bit drunk and being a jackass. And they start yelling at him. Her and the new guy start yelling at him, fuck you, man. Just get the fuck out of here. You're being a jackass, whatever, blah, 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 blah. He opens the balcony door and goes,
Oh, just jumps?
jumped.
Oh shit.
We never found him.
Oh shit. What did the cruise do? Like what did the ship do?
So about 2, 3 o'clock that on the next day, they were like, look, it was the fourth day, so we were at sea on our way back to Miami from the Bermuda fucking Triangle, which is about where we were when it happened. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh shit.
It was fucked up. I think I've still got a screenshot of the pattern that we were doing, and we were all up in the Bermuda Triangle. Uh, but the captain comes over and he's real solemn, man. You could tell the guy was like, he was bent about it. He was like, we have to go back to Miami now. I'm really sorry. And
Damn.
it was, yeah, it was solemn. It was because the bands are still playing and stuff that night,
Yeah.
so it was, Mastodon, we obviously went to see Mastodon again. Uh, and they said something about, they were like, this is kind of weird. Everybody just feels weird. Like we know what happened and nobody's talking about it, but
Damn.
they made an acknowledgement of it at least.
Yeah.
And then the second year, because this is our third year, the second year they had a mental health thing going on, which I thought was really cool, you know. So
Yeah.
they at least
Drowning's a bad way
try.
to go. Yeah.
Dude, well, I mean, the fuck shit of it is you hope that it happened on the way down, right?
Oh. Like, yeah, yeah.
Because what's the last thing you want to see in 17-foot swells at 4 o'clock in the morning is the lights of a fucking boat leaving.
Yeah.
That's my nightmare.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary. That's worse than aliens.
You also think about if you're too close to the side of it, you can get
Maybe.
yanked underneath it real easy. And those
Yeah,
props
that's what most people said they think happened, that you get pulled under, basically.
Yeah.
because you're
And
too close.
those propellers. I think the underwater aliens took him. I think he's down there in a cave somewhere now.
I shit you not. It was the Bermuda Triangle. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
That guy, he was like a photographer for like Job for a Cowboy or some
Mm,
band like that. But his job was he was a Transformers photographer. Like that was his main job. I thought that was really Barry Donegan knew him.
okay, yeah. I
It
uh I
was real
train
crazy.
I train with Barry. I see Barry every Sunday.
Yeah, I trained with Barry for like 7 years and then COVID happened.
Yeah, I love Barry. Shout out Barry Donegan. Shout out Look What I Did.
Yeah, fuck, what a fucking weird, awesome dude.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
love that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay, so what do you and this is one of those questions like who the fuck knows? But what do you think happens after we die?
I don't know. I was reading the other day that this is some meme, right? So
Yeah.
whatever. But they're saying that that physicists are now saying that death is an illusion. I don't know, man. If you know anything about the, 11 dimensional theory,
Uh,
like,
I'm what a little bit, I guess. What is that?
well, so, and this is not a current thing. I used to be a lot more into it than I am now. I
Yeah, yeah.
haven't, I haven't gone off on it in a few years, so I'm sure there's way more um, information than there used to be.
Mm,
But uh, the idea is that there's 11 dimensions, right? And even Carl Sagan used to talk about this. Like if
okay.
you ever look up Carl Sagan's dimensional theory, it
Okay.
references a lot of this stuff, right? Time is the fourth
Carl
dimension.
Sagan was my guru, by the way.
Dude, I fucking love Carl Sagan. Rip Carl Sagan. Shout out Carl Sagan. Um, but the fifth dimension is something that you can't perceive from the place that you are in now, right?
Okay. Okay.
But in the fifth dimension, theoretically, you would be able to see all of time as one thing.
Okay. I'm with you.
The same way that something that lives in the second dimension cannot perceive height.
Okay. I
You
got
know what I mean?
you. Yeah. I like to think of dimensions that way too, where it's like the way, yeah, like you said, like two dimensions is flat, three dimensions is like up, down, forward, back. Yeah.
Right.
And then
And
like
what's that box? The thing that is a visual representation of the fifth dimension. And basically we're living in a little cube that lives inside of that box.
okay. Okay.
So that from the fifth dimension, you would be able to see time and space as we know it as one thing. And if you think about it, people have a near death experience. What do they talk about? They talk about seeing their life flash before their eyes, right?
Oh. All
So all of
right.
a sudden, they're seeing time in a different way.
Yeah. Like all at once. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
No, you're
So
right.
that's
Because
interesting.
they see the whole thing all at once. That makes sense.
Exactly. It's like Donnie Darko, where they see the worm, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think I know what you're talking about now. The 11 dimensions, like some of them are like small, right? It's like little polyps on top of it.
Well, so basically, every other dimension folds through the dimension before it,
Okay.
if that makes sense, or from
Uh,
what I understand of it. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
every even dimension is basically just fold through of the dimension before it.
Okay. I got you.
So the second dimension is multiple versions of the first dimension, which is just a dot.
Okay. I got you.
And then so on. I don't know, man. I'm fucking this. I'm butchering this.
It's okay. I mean, none of us are
but
experts here. It's okay.
but they just get bigger and bigger. But it's like Men in Black, right? Like how big is a fucking galaxy?
Yeah. So,
Who's to say?
yeah. So do you think, because we were talking about what happens after we die, do you think like you're not trapped in three dimensions anymore, kind of?
Exactly, dude.
Okay.
I think all of a
Um,
sudden your like fifth dimensional eye opens.
So you're actually kind of more free. Like, Yeah, you're less. I mean, I totally agree. I think that makes a lot of sense.
If you look at Carl Sagan used to talk about the Flatlanders, which is a being that exists in two dimensions, a, a hypothetical thing,
Mm,
a being that exists in the second dimension. And if a third dimensional being, so this goes to ghosts, right? If
mm,
a third dimensional being were to walk past a second dimensional being, it would be disgusting.
mm.
They'd see cross sections, right?
Okay.
And these cross sections, it would look like Donnie Darko. That's kind of where the Donnie Darko people got the idea. It would look really crazy and disgusting. So now consider a fifth dimensional being walking through our three dimensions. We're only going to see slices of it. You
Yeah,
know, we're only going to perceive a very small piece of it.
sure. Yeah, like a frame. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah. No,
So
I
then that puts that all, and then what are aliens? Maybe those motherfuckers are in five dimensions. I don't
yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah. And at that point, it gets really weird about like, are they extraterrestrial from outer space, but in the three-dimensional plane, or are they interdimensional aliens, like not necessarily from outer space, but like from a different plane of existence?
Perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah, just from a different perspective.
yeah, yeah.
Because we would not understand what we were looking at if we
Mm.
saw something fifth dimensional.
Right. And then if
We
you're,
wouldn't get the whole idea.
yeah, and then if you're outside of time, you could kind of jump anywhere into time, I would think. Yeah.
Right. Which,
But here,
I mean, might explain seeing a ghost in period clothing.
hmm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It kind of like it all blends together for me. Like the idea of demons and aliens and ghosts. It's like it might be all a different way of explaining the same thing. Uh,
Yes, dude,
yeah,
totally.
yeah,
Something, some sort of entity or ourselves that we can't perceive,
yeah.
right? Because if you talk to motherfuckers who have done DMT, they'll explain it to you.
Oh, I got some stories. I've told them on the show before, so I won't repeat them. But yeah, yeah. I've got experiences with DMT and other psychedelics, but also just with uh, channeling and like
Like meditation and,
yeah, like Ouija boards and
oh, yeah.
yeah. And you were talking about the Flatlanders.
Hmm.
I want to go back to that for a second because it reminded me. I love the idea, the cross section thing you brought up because
Yeah.
when I've talked to what I would consider demons,
Hmm.
they are one dimensional in their personality. Like
Oh.
meaning like
It's a manifestation of
yeah,
a vibe, so to speak.
yes, exactly. They are what they are. Like me and you, we're people, we're dynamic. We change over
Right.
time.
Have
But it's
ups and
like,
downs and twists
yes,
and turns.
yes. But like spirits
Oh,
that,
wow, dude.
yeah, at least in
They're
my,
distilled
yeah,
spirits.
exactly.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, distilled. Exactly. It's an
Speaking
embodiment.
speaking of spirits.
Cheers. Cheers. Drink.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but they behave like almost like I think of them like programs where it's
Ah,
like
incapable of
yeah, they
altering their own
exactly.
sequence.
They're two-dimensional.
Yeah.
It's like a really boring, really consistent person. That's like you
Right,
can expect
right.
them to be the same way all the time. Like what's different is the input you give to it. But it's gonna like a fucking metronome. It's gonna be consistent. Uh,
Right. It's gonna spit back at you
yeah,
whatever version that whatever answer that particular vibe would give.
yeah, yeah. And that gets like really weird with AI because then it's like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Is that what the fuck is that? Like I've had a joke for a while. It's like if I ever met an alien, like come down with a UFO, like a little green man, I would show him a Ouija board and be like, what do you think about this? What do you think that is? You know?
Man, I hope that they would just be like, Dude, don't even bother. Just turn around. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, let's go back. Let's go back to
Yeah.
Andromeda. This place sucks.
My interest in the occult has always been just like curiosity, like science. Like I
Mm,
want to know
hmm.
I want to know how things work. And it's like but it's funny because like you start studying magic and then like magic is all about intention. Like you got to go in with a purpose.
Right.
And I'm always so aimless about it. Like it's just I just want to know. And it's like, well, that's not how it works. You got to go in with a goal, you know?
No, dude, I feel that. I used to say that I was spiritually clumsy.
I love the way you put that because I
Yep.
can totally relate to that.
You know exactly what I mean. And like, if
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be reciting the Apostles' Creed, I'm gonna fuck it up somehow. I went to this healer lady one time, man. Oh man, she put this like prism thing on my forehead and put these headphones on me and says, "Whatever you do, don't open your eyes." This was furthest out there I've gotten with letting somebody else guide me.
Yeah.
And I open my eyes and she's like chanting and the crystal's falling and I'm like, oh God, like I'm not meaning to do any of this on purpose. I'm wanting to be really respectful, but I'm fucking her ritual up sideways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter what is your ritual or religion, I'm going to do that
Yeah.
with all intended respect.
Yep. That's yeah. Like yeah. I think that's a good reverence. Like that's
Intended reverence, but
yeah.
spiritual clumsiness.
It's hard. I know what you mean. I'm the same way. What's your birthday?
I'm a Cancer Leo. I'm July 19th.
Oh shit, a cusp. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah. Neef's a cusp too.
all over the place.
He's a Libra Scorpio cusp.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What a
That's why he's such a
judgy,
motherfucker.
yeah, judgy, decisive.
I mean, you should have already done that by now.
Yeah.
I probably could have called that if I'd have thought about it, man.
I have one of the rarest birthdays, and for good reason. Jesus.
Yeah, it's the conflicting day of karma. Is that right?
Yeah, Japanese call it the day of the conflict and karma. They consider it one of the worst days to be born. I'm supposed to go crazy
Really?
around now. I'm supposed to make myself nuts because if you want to look at the energy that Libra tries to balance and the energy that Scorpio tries to control,
Hmm.
that's I can see both sides of myself, and it's not fun.
I think a lot of Cuspians feel that way because mine is like, a Leo's a fire sign and Cancer's a water sign. So another good tattoo story. So I got the kanji. Remember when everybody's getting kanji
Yeah.
in the early 2000s? So
Yeah.
I get the kanji for fire and water on my back.
Nice.
And like 2 years later, I'm sitting in Sushiobi on Demondbrium. And this lady that works there who knew me comes up behind me laughing because I'm wearing a strapless tank top in front of her for the first time. And she's like, "Oh, I see you got some kanji on your back." And I'm like, "Oh God." And she's snickering and like, trying not to be just completely rude. And she was like, "Well, what do you think they mean?" And I was like, "Well, obviously not what I think they mean. Otherwise, we would not be having this conversation." And I was like, "Well, I thought it meant fire and water." And she was like, "Oh yeah, it means that." She's like, "Wednesday is fire day and Thursday is water day."
Oh, okay.
So I have the kanji for Wednesday and Thursday on my back.
So
And
it
that's
probably
why you never get anything tattooed in a language you don't speak.
okay. So it probably wasn't even intentional. Like it probably like
It's a punctuation. It's a
okay.
matter of punctuation that makes it so it'd be like someone, a non-English speaker, having mon period and meaning moon
Okay.
and sun period and meaning sun, where we would, as English speakers, we would think that's an abbreviation.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know
I
what I
got
mean?
you.
The,
That's
oh God.
that's so funny.
Also, we didn't have Google.
Yeah.
There
Do
was no Google Translate. You know what I mean?
you have
And
any
even then, you can get in trouble.
And anybody that's looking to make the cheddar is going to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly I know the Japanese college. Yeah, I got a book on it. You know.
Dude, we had a book in the first tattoo shop I worked in on Lytle in Murfreesboro. We had a book and it was photocopies of somebody else's photocopies of somebody. I mean, you could see, remember how you could see how many times something had been photocopied by the little page on the corner being kind of,
Probably originally from a Xerox.
yeah, oh, dude, these things were so, it had just been passed around. Nobody knew what the fuck it said. Nobody in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in a tattoo shop, much less. Was speaking Chinese, They didn't fucking know what that was. They were just putting it on people. There's no telling what they put on people.
Yeah. They wouldn't know the difference if they did put something. Yeah.
Exactly, man. And until now, I mean, now you could probably Google Lens that shit. Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
do that and see if she was lying to me.
Yeah, you can find out now.
Oh, I never thought about the angle that she could be fucking with me.
That'd be funny if she was
All
fucking
these
with you,
years,
and yeah, you just found out.
and it really does mean fire and water, or it means something completely different.
Oh, it's like way worse.
Yeah.
Oh
It's like,
God.
did you ever watch Lost and
Yeah.
like Jack didn't know what he had tattooed on him, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like you're just walking around with like this guy's a fucking jackass tattooed on your arm and you have no idea.
Uh, do you have any ghost stories? I guess when I say
Man,
ghost stories, anything weird happened you can't explain.
tons of yes, tons of that. The most easy one I can think of that's like the most and not dealing with my ghosts, if that makes sense to you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I got my own ghosts, they stay around and I know who they are and what they're doing.
Okay.
It's not scary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like friends that have passed and the little things happen or that shit I do take very seriously. But I moved into a house with like six other people in Durham, North Carolina in 2001. These guys, I don't know if you'll remember the Squirrel Nut Zippers. Do you remember that band? So it's all these North Carolina bands. We were in cahoots with them, and they were starting to play together. And Catherine Wheel was another one of those bands. Um, and we had this old 1940s mansion that had been built for one of the tobacco CEOs or something, you know. But Durham was is very, very run down. So you could get these huge, beautiful houses for nothing because it was like the murder capital of the states at that time.
Yeah, and back then the housing market was a hadn't exploded yet.
Right, total. I mean, there's no telling what this house is worth now.
Right.
Uh, but that house was weird, man. Lots of weird stuff would happen in that house. It was one of those that was set up like, it had the nice great room with the fireplace and then the office off to the side and there was a dining room and a informal dining room and a kitchen and then all the bedrooms were upstairs and at any given time with six people in the house somebody's going in and out of the door, right?
Hmm.
And there's no ring camera so we don't really know, but I swear to you I was sitting in my room upstairs one day and I heard one of my roommates walk in and go into his bedroom and I Jeff's home, whatever, I didn't think anything of it. And I went about my day, and I don't know, it's a few hours later, uh, he comes in the door, front door, and I'm like, how, uh, how did you do that? And he's
Hmm.
like, what are you talking about? And I was like, and I had been upstairs the whole rest of the time. No one had gone downstairs. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
you could hear the steps come up and you could hear them go down. And no one ever went downstairs. Somebody or something walked up those stairs, walked into Jeff's room, and closed the door.
Wow.
And I have no explanation for that. That house eventually caught fire. We moved out.
Oh shit.
That house was fucking weird.
Yeah. It's interesting to me. Have you seen The Shining?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Stephen King was on to something with that. Like the way the older I can't remember his name, but the housekeeper guy, when he's talking to the little kid, like towards the beginning, he's explaining to,
Right.
yeah, he's like, when I was a kid, me and my grandma would have conversations without talking, and she called it The Shining. And he's like, I know you've got it because I've got it too. And then he goes on to explain, he's like, the hotel has it. And it's like any,
Right.
yeah, my point with all that is like people have it, and
Places have it.
places have it, objects have it.
Totally.
Yeah, it's weird. That part's weird to me is like the places and objects have it too. Yeah.
Well, like you were saying earlier about like, a demon being like a distilled spirit, so to speak, like and you're in like Eastern European countries, and I think there's like in Japanese culture as well, they have house spirits.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a spirit that lives in the house, it is a spirit that is the house.
Yeah.
Like it is
Yeah.
the
That's a really
thing,
cool idea too. Yeah, I think that's true.
It's
Yeah,
very,
man.
very similar to like ancient native, the idea that when you crafted something, you were breathing your spirit into it. And that's the idea where magical fetishes, wands and staves and things
Oh
come
yeah.
from, is that because you are putting the energy into the creation of whatever it is.
What do they
It,
call it in Warcraft though? Fuck. Not endear. When you enchantment.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you enchant a thing with the thing,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
It's
yeah,
not yours anymore. It's also the idea of art. Once
right,
you've created the thing, it's not yours anymore.
right.
Facts. That's yep. Yep.
It's a separate entity from you at that point.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. That's
That's wild, dude. But and I think of
yeah.
tattoos that way, just
Mm.
to make it all a fucking Seinfeld episode, or not Seinfeld. What was that David Cross show on HBO where they would always come back to the joke that they started with? I can't
Oh,
remember.
I don't know.
Anyway, it was a good show. Anyway, uh, that's how I look at tattoos. Like tattoos are, I used to tell clients that when I was in a certain phase of my career, I'd be like, look, man, this is like, you can call this a prayer, you can call this a spell, you can call this enchantment, you can call it whatever you want to, but we are imbuing a thing onto your body, so we got to go into this with the right attitude, right?
Yep. I
And
um
you can tell when it wasn't with the right attitude too.
I have definitely got to go to you for my tattoos because we'll talk about it more later, but I like practical tattoos. I like tattoos that serve a purpose, and
Ooh.
it's I'm very intentional with what I want to do, and it's more of like you're talking about like an enchantment or like a magical
It's just it's you're casting a thing.
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't call it casting in metal and casting in spells for, that's not an accident.
yeah, yeah. I think like the way I explain this to people that don't like, you're kind of like on the level like that shit's real, but like if I'm explaining this to someone who's like an atheist or like doesn't believe, I'll explain it like
Mhm.
if you're a carpenter, you have your hammer, and
Totally.
that hammer is enchanted because you use it all the time. If you try to use another hammer,
You can
it's got
tell.
it's not you're gonna tell it's not gonna feel right, and it's not gonna be as effective. Same with like
Totally.
same with like a weapon. If you're like a samurai and you have your sword is part of you. But if you're using
Yeah.
someone else's sword, it's not gonna feel the same way. And
Well,
that's like a very logical, rational way to explain enchantment to people.
Also, your skill is improved. And if you don't, it's like bands setting up that have brand new equipment, young kids
oh
with brand new
yeah.
equipment, you're like, but, some dudes that got some rattle trap equipment that's barely
Oh,
working. You're like, man, these cats are more worried about what they're doing than like having the nice gear. And you get some just wild, great bands that, just sound great through garbage gear. And
Neif,
then,
dude, you know what that made me just think of when you said that? Do you remember Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum?
oh, yes.
That
Oh,
band is the perfect fucking example of what you just said.
yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's like, and if I do a project, I don't want somebody coming to play on it or be involved in it that's looking for a job.
Mm.
Mm.
you know. Now, if it's a commercial thing I'm doing and I don't play horn, yeah, that's one thing. But like on my record, I don't want people wanting to be involved just because I got a budget.
Paycheck,
No,
right?
I want people to be like, dude, I really like this. I really want to do
I
that.
vibe with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's that's and I feel that way about all kind of almost any kind of crafting because everything can be looked at like an art. Somebody's going to build you a house. I'd rather them be more into the architecture and about their craft and being like, oh, I really want to make this, not like, hey, cool, I can get it 2 weeks, man, you know, kind of.
Because if
So,
you're a real craftsman in whatever your craft is, like your tool is an extension of yourself, right?
Yeah.
You
and
Exactly.
know,
that's where I think the whole idea of that, which y'all were just talking about, spirit being in the things, and
imbuing.
prefabricated things now with mass consumerism, even like hamburgers.
Right.
Drive to these prefab track neighborhoods and there's no
No
it,
craftsmanship.
yeah, it's sterile. Everything's so
Oh my
sterile.
God, you're totally right.
Nothing
Yeah.
has any
Fast
personality.
fashion's the same way.
Right. So, you got to imagine children playing in a place like that doesn't have the character,
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yep.
and how
Oh
that could
yeah.
affect.
Venue. I didn't think about that. Venues as like an enchanted object, like a haunted
Oh,
house.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have y'all been to Pinnacle yet?
Pinnacle.
No.
Yeah. No, I haven't been there. I've seen it. I've driven past it.
The inside of that place feels that way.
Okay.
It is so sterile.
Okay.
There is not a painting on a wall.
Gotcha.
It everybody I know that's been there is just like, man, the sound was great and the ease to the bathroom and the bar were awesome, but like fucking boring as
Where's the
shit.
soul? Where's the
Where
soul?
is it? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I haven't been there. I've been places like that though. It's like there I couldn't tell you why, but something's missing. It's like that. Yeah.
There's some of the venues that had been around,
Mm,
fortunately, went that way.
yeah.
They're almost like, I'm not mentioning any names directly, but you're almost like, damn, would it have been better if it did fucking shut down?
I mean, look at the
Yeah.
You
gold
know,
rush, dude. Look at the gold rush.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
no.
kind of better that they shut down because that last incarnation was not it.
And the venue
Yeah,
across the
and
street.
Fuck yeah, the exit in same way.
yeah,
Hmm.
and
Sorry,
so
I shouldn't be saying these names.
No, no, no. We don't.
You just
We're not.
bleep that part out.
Yeah, we're being silly. We don't give a fuck. Exit ain't paying us. We don't give a shit.
I mean, I've heard they sue people.
That's okay. I'm not making any money.
You know what I actually heard? I heard that the dude that did own it tore all the names down off the wall
Oh
the
yeah.
last night he was there. Did you hear about this?
Wow. No, I didn't. I don't know this. I did notice that was a it was different. Yeah.
I think
So
somebody.
he tore that shit off and took it with him. And the people that
Wow.
bought it sued him because they were like, "Look, we bought it with that."
Oh shit. I didn't
So
know.
they sued him to get it back. I can't remember the names of these players, you know what I mean? But
And those were all
Oh, so
just
you're
sold.
saying it's back there now?
I don't know if it has been put back up or how you would
I
even
got you.
do that.
That
I
was
got
yeah.
you.
I don't know what kind of facade it was.
They were.
Yeah.
I think it was panels of wood hanging that were,
Probably.
and because the names would be painted, and all those names. I mean, there was Muddy Waters and
Oh
what the
God,
fucking
dude.
oh, I
Everything you
know
could
older
think
cats
of.
that
Yeah.
would tell me about in the '70s watching shows.
Yeah.
Shakti, John McLaughlin and Shakti sitting on pillows in that place. And
Whoa.
if you sold out the venue, your name got put up there. So all those
That's how
names
they judged.
sold out the venue completely. You had to completely sell it out. Because I remember making a joke with one of the owners, runners of it at one point, like, hey man, when are you gonna put my name up there? And I don't think I'd even played up there yet at that point. Just joking. And he was like, I mean, you sell the place
That's the
out and
Scorpio in you.
yeah,
That's totally the big dick Scorpio, man.
it's like, yeah, face it, Neif, you'll probably just end up running fucking sound here. And not even that, just trying to keep the doors
And
open.
that's one of those things where the sub is really the one with the power.
Hmm.
The sound guy has got you by the fucking balls,
Ain't,
buddy.
ain't that the truth?
He can fuck your world. You
Yeah.
never be rude to your chef and you never be rude to your sound
That
guy.
that is like the biggest turn off for me if I'm on a date is like someone's mean to a server.
Rude to a server? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Same.
But like also, yeah, why would you the same reason you're not mean to your chef or waiters, why would you
Yeah.
be mean to your sound guy? That's a huge
Yeah.
mistake.
Dude.
I
Even
used
if
to
they're a dick, like
actually,
talk to them about it after the show, right?
Oh,
Like,
totally. Yeah.
yeah,
If you're not planning on coming back.
yeah, yeah.
complimented on how like cool and non-dickheaded I was as a sound guy because they just, and I was like, I'm a recording engineer. I'm fucking baked all day in here. So I'm not, but I knew how to talk to musicians via learning production. I actually posted on a forum not too long ago. Um, it was sound guys and stuff. It was, audio engineers, and somebody's talking about guitar players never turning down.
That's facts.
And I mean, that's just a long time thing is that you tell them to turn down, they will turn up to be dicks. And I actually posted on there and said, the way I used to get around this was by telling them, I said, hey, cut the mid range down because
Give him that.
it slices through the girls' ears and they won't come to the front of the stage. And the explosion that I got of responses of dudes being like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm using this," and I'm like, "It fucking works every time." Just say, "Look, the girls are gonna, it's gonna, the mid range is cut, and that's all you really got to do is turn mid range down."
Hmm.
And they never have to work.
Especially those fucking in that era too. Those
Yeah,
motherfuckers I call those the Marshall half stack JCM 900, the guy playing a Les Paul. Like
yeah.
I married one of those the first time. I can spot these motherfuckers a mile away. That's all mids. It's all mids and Dan Electro pedals.
Or a guy with a brand new orange that has never sat down with it.
Mhm.
I've told
It's
many of,
gonna be a fluorescently colored amp.
yeah, I remember telling several youngins when the orange craze happened, they reboomed out, and I'd say, look, man, they're great amps, but you need to sit down with it by yourself for an hour and just dial this thing in because
It's
they're
not for the person that doesn't know how to tweak.
right. Their EQ system is. I'm not a fan of them personally. I think they're good amps, but I just don't like their sound myself. So you know, that's the fun times in that
Man,
world.
you can be a craftsman and not be an artist, though. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
again circling back. Like I think Mr. Show. It was Mr. Show was the name of it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The
Oh,
David
yeah.
Cross thing.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
always
yeah.
started and ended with the same joke. But
Great
doing that
example.
again, I think in tattooing, like I consider myself a craftsman and not an artist.
Hmm.
Like you just tell me what to do and I'll do it with the best technical ability that I can. You know what I mean? Like if I was a musician, I would be a session player or a cover guy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to
Downtown
make it
playing
up.
on the
I just
chopping
want to
block.
be the person that replicates it.
Me and Eve
Right.
talk about this. Go ahead, Neef.
Oh, I was just making. I said you'd be downtown playing on the butcher's block.
I was gonna say downtown.
Yep.
I mean, nothing wrong with that either. Like,
No, I mean,
You
people
got
have
to
to
have
know
people
that.
that like to do that.
yes,
See,
yes.
I used to see metal drummers I knew down there playing Def Leppard, in the middle of the
Totally.
day, and I'm like, hey, make that money, dog.
Yeah, if you can technically pull the thing off and you can live with, not having a soul sometimes.
Hey, everything's got a price.
Yeah, leaving your spirit in the glove box.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a place, and compartmentalization's awesome,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I know, like, every one of those guys downtown, like, we know most of them. Most of those
right?
guys, like, they have bands too. It's not like they're not artists, but
This
like,
is paying the bills,
good,
yeah.
good, yeah, good on them, making some money. And like, I know artists that are like, oh, look down on the Broadway scene because it's like, oh, they're sellouts. It's like, no, you're just jealous because you're not making any fucking money.
Dude, that is so true.
Yeah.
That is
But
so true.
yeah, don't hate on don't hate the play, I hate the game. It like Broadway
But
exists. Be mad at that.
being one of the people that has one of those jobs, though, the worst thing you'll ever hear in your life is, "Oh, your job is so cool. You're
Mm,
doing what you love."
mm, mm.
And you just want Neif. Sitting, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You're like, don't, don't
Yeah,
mistake my pain,
right.
man. I'm still in customer fucking service,
Yeah, yeah. I can
Yeah,
see that. Like, yeah. I can see how it would be like that. Yeah,
and the guys downtown are doing the same thing. If
yeah,
they don't play the shit exactly right and sound just like the fucking album version,
yeah,
you know what I mean? The people aren't going to be as they want to sing along. They want to have a fucking
you gotta play the same goddamn thing that the drunk dude yells to you free to play. I mean,
and just as
I know,
enthusiastic as you
yeah,
did the last 32
yeah,
yeah.
times.
It's like, hey, I know
That's
buskers
a
that,
talent.
yeah, I know
yeah.
girls
That's
that were
hard work.
buskers that would have to play Stevie Nicks nonstop, but they would make bank,
I
and
mean,
it's,
wedding musicians, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
It
yep.
ain't just a movie, it's a life.
would you?
You know what I mean? Those dudes make bank. My brother was a
Yeah,
wedding musician for a little while, and he made absolute bank.
yeah, yeah.
Get it how you live.
Amen. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for coming. This has been so much fun.
Absolutely, man. And this has been a joy. I would love to talk to you guys outside of a camera and a microphone
Yeah.
sometime too.
Well, you'll be seeing me soon because I'm gonna book at your shop and I'll definitely come to you for work.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm actually working out that way a whole lot doing electrical and HVAC stuff. So
yeah,
I'm
I
still
might.
on the east side, man. I'm on Douglas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might bebop through one day and say, hey.
yeah.
Unless I'm on a cruise, I'm on there.
Well, Alice, if you ever need tattoos, go to Sage and Serpent, Rabbit Hole's favorite tattoo shop now. And yeah, and we will see you next week. I'll put we'll put details about Shannon's events in the description. And again, thank you so much for being here. It was nice talking to you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you guys. Very nice to meet you. Good to see you always, Neef.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you too.
and Alice, we'll see you next week. Bye.